All right, welcome to the next episode of Jawaballs Live. I need an intro theme song, guys. Is any of you a composer? I tried to get Barry McCreary to do it for me, but he never responds to me. I stalk him on his YouTube page. So today I'm gonna work on. I forgot to get my brush out of my car. Hi, mini girl. Um, all right, dude. Good night. Thank you for everything you do. He's miss. I gotta remember. I have to focus on answering questions to the camera when I read them in chat. Because when I show up on my YouTube page when I upload the show, it's just me kind of talking to no one. So Mist is like who is the moderator. He does this great moderation job for my channel. He's really on the spot by uploading links to the chat and all that, and kind of keeping control of everything. He does it all for free, and so it's really nice of him to do this. So thank you. Thanks for helping out, man. So anyway, my show tonight. What I want to talk about is Lamenters. I started talking about this stuff last week, and here's my Lamenters project as is. Maybe I'll start. What do I want to start? What shall I work on today? I gotta change it up every once in a while because I get kind of bored working on the same things. Just doing whole squads. I've been working on the other 5 death company. My death company are these white guys here, and or the other 3. It's a squad of 5, and I just I get so bored with them. With painting the same exact thing over and over. So, and there's so much yellow here to paint, and it takes so many layers. I think I'm going to work on this Rhino. How about some Rhino loving, huh? It's a little messy, dusty. I got to find the treads for it, paint them, and put them on here. Wiping all the dust off. So, I'm going to work on a Rhino. So, yellow time. Feel free to go ahead and ask your questions. And I talked about my Tau, right? Last time, did I talk about the Mechanicon and my distaste for my own army? I must have. I wrote about it on my blog today, which is why I ask. And these colors are so similar. I'm trying to remember which one is the first shade, the first highlight. Yeah, anyway, I wrote about it on my blog. You can check that out. Normally, right now, Mist would be putting that address in the chat, but he's feeling sick today. So, I have them marked. So right here, I've got my GW yellows, Uriel yellow, and flash kits. And I have them labeled 1 and 2. Because I have a hard time, actually, I'm part colorblind, and believe it or not, and I have a hard time actually seeing value. So light and dark, the difference between value. So these colors actually look pretty close to the same to me. It's really hard for me to tell which is the first and which is the second. Actually, this one looks darker, although I have it labeled number 2. Well, Uriel's number 1, so I'm gonna go with it. Have I ever found Razorbacks useful? Absolutely, and they have they serve a couple of purposes, and mostly I used to run a mechanized Blood Angels list, my shooty Blood Angels, where I won a grand tournament with them, and I had like 6 or 7 Razorbacks in the list. It was one of the first MEQ small squads. I had just 5-man squads sitting in Razorbacks on objectives, and they all had las cannons on them. So, and that was a successful list. Nowadays, it might do well because of the meta of the game has been changing. So it might be effective again. Razorbacks. Nothing really is gonna stop the Tau bloodshed, but you could give the Razorbacks a shot. I do have one in my new list for my Lamenters. All right, I love painting rhinos because I love the edges. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking this Uriel yellow. Can you see what I got going on? And I'm just kind of dipping the tip of my brush in there and just dragging it on the edge. And then swirling in a swirly motion, pulling it from the edge towards the meat of the armor plate. Letting it fade away as I go deeper onto the armor plate itself. Oh no, this is airbrushing so far. I did the base coating with airbrush. Now I'm just doing the final detailing with my yellows. Someone asked if I had painted the rhino by hand. No way, not anymore. I do all my base coating with an airbrush now. I don't have an appropriate yellow to. I don't know how to mix. I'm not very good at thinning down paints for my airbrush. I need to really master those skills because it would be great to kind of airbrush these last couple of layers onto this tank as well. But I gotta tell you, I don't really like the airbrush look on finished models. You see a lot of guys nowadays showing up at tournaments with entirely airbrushed models, and I really hold it, most of this amateurly airbrushed stuff, or even the professional stuff that's just mass produced, I hold it akin to just dry brushing. There's a level of mastery involved with painting that you lose with an airbrush. They look beautiful in most cases, but you can always tell when stuff is just airbrushed, and frankly, judges kind of comment and they always look down upon airbrush stuff. Not really. It looks nice, but it's obvious. So I will always finish my models with a brush. But yes, a lot of layering, a lot of work goes into my painting. Sometimes not really necessary. Ooh, that was nice. See, can you see this? Yeah, airbrushing, someone pointed out that you lose detail. If it's done well, it doesn't. But you don't see a lot, especially guys like I know some airbrush commission painters, and they make a lot of money. This one guy, and his stuff, it looks great, but I trying to figure out how to frame my opinion without sounding like I'm disparaging, because the stuff looks outstanding, and I recommend him to people that contact me for commissions. Oh, that was too much paint. But it just looks mass produced. Or I guess that's the best word. And almost looks like they're just unfinished. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, so I'll just stop. I think you might get the point. Dave, mini wargaming Dave on Kickstarter. Someone asked if anybody saw Dave's Kickstarter. Well, the Lamenters, someone asked how many points my Lamenters army is. As it is right now, the army I'm working on is 1850. But I'm going to probably do about 3,000 points for now. It'll go from there. Again, I'm just using my paint straight from the pot. I haven't even mixed it or blended it or, thinned it. Though, when I do my next layer, I will add some glazed medium in there. Go ahead and link up a link to Dave's Kickstarter. What's he kickstarting? I need to check it out. Someone asked why I'm not painting salamanders. I don't have an answer to that question. Probably because no one's ever asked me to, I guess. I suppose, I would need to be paid to paint a salamander army. I have no desire to paint them. I don't like the fluff. However, I can say that I do want to paint them. I've never really painted green, and I would enjoy the challenge of doing so. But I've got no motivation to do a salamander army. Someone go ahead and link up Dave's Kickstarter so I don't have to search for it. So I can just click on it and go look at it. I'm really dreading doing all the checkers. I did yellow and black checks on one of my Blood Angels armies, my mechanized armies, and I spent a lot of time putting checks on each of the little tanks and each of the transports, all the Razorbacks, all of which I no longer have. I sold them all. So now I have to get all crazy with the checks again on this. I'm going to paint this door on this side with checkers. I should probably have waited to glue it into place until after I had painted it with checks. Hopefully you guys can see the very subtle blending I have going on here. I'm not sure how the light is picking it up. Oh, that was heavy. Oh, I just lost some bristles on my brush. They got stuck in the tank. Yeah, these bristles on these. I abuse the bristles on my my Kolinsky brushes here, but this scumbling thing I do just destroys my brushes. They don't like it, and the bristles don't last long. They're not very strong for this purpose. I call this scumbling. You should see this upper armor part jump right out with this application just now. I'm fairly happy with that so far. Let me catch up on the chat. Hold on, I'm going to check out this Kickstarter here for Dave. Trolls, a wargaming children inspired children's book. I'm reading up on it. I'm gonna have to back this sucker. It looks like, just Dave having fun with his kids, and that's what I'm talking about. That looks great. Yeah, I have to back this when I get a chance. Dave's a good man. Okay, back to the questions here. Do you magnetize backpacks on assault marines for both jumpers and mech armies? Nah, don't do that. Mostly because it really annoys me when they pop off. I played a lot of dudes that do that, and every time you pick up their models, they fall apart on you, and the stuff, it's just annoying. So I don't do that. No, I just assemble away, and when I need dudes with jump packs, I paint new ones. I do something about this. See, here is where I messed up with the airbrush, and it kind of pooled up here. So I need to really work this down. This pooling. Maybe I'll paint the door checkered. trying to avoid any more checkers than I need to do. Maybe I'll have to give it a new blast with the airbrush to fix it. Yeah, this is just making a mess. It's too much. I'll blast that with the airbrush. Alright, so that was Uriel. Now it's time for Flash Gits. If I give Dave $2,000, I can be Ice Wizard Jawaballs. Yeah, I'm not quite sure that Dave will print Jawaballs. Definitely go ahead and magnetize your jump packs. I just don't. It just annoys me that they keep popping off at the worst times. Okay, now I'm going to do the Flash Gits, which is the lighter of the two yellows, as the final scumble here on this tank. On only some of the spots. Oh God! Did that scare you? Any battle damage? Yes, I will be doing some battle damage on the Rhino. Uh, I've never been one to battle damage my tanks. However, more and more painting rubrics for the bigger grand tournaments are requiring things like battle damage. And, with the level of painting kind of rising at these tournaments, you really need to push the envelope. So I will be doing some battle damage. It's not one of my expertise things, so I kind of avoid it. But I'll be doing something more on the simple side, a little Rhinox hide, a few blotches here and there, maybe a couple bullet holes or something. I like my tanks kind of pristine and showroom floor new. I'm going to paint the Lamenters symbol up on the door here, so I'm not touching that. I need to catch up with Dave. Mini Wargaming Dave. I hung out with him once. I met him at Games Day a few years ago. We didn't really spend a lot of time talking. He interviewed me, and but we didn't really get a chance to hang out, and I regret that. I need to spend. I wish I had gotten like his number, gotten his digits that weekend and hung out with him. Mini girl only pops in for a little while. She leaves at 7:30. Where do you go, mini girl, at 7:30? Where do you run off to? That's more important than my show. Who watches YouTube? Who knows anything about machinima? Anyone? Anyone have any input about machinima, which is a YouTube partnering site? They invited me to join their partner program. As you know, I'm a YouTube partner, which gives me the right to put ads into my videos and monetize and make a few bucks off them. And there's whole groups of partners that further enhance the grouping and the monetization and stuff. And Machinima is one of them, and they're one of the biggest. And they invited me to join their program. But with that comes a level of commitment that I'm not quite sure I'm prepared to make. And I believe that according to the contract, I would have to stop doing my mini wargaming show, which is something I really enjoy. I'm not really prepared or I don't think I'm prepared to kind of give that up. Dave did me a solid by helping me out with my videos and my Kickstarter. So I kind of want to do this for him. But I like it. I like doing this show. I only get 9 people watching, but I enjoy answering the questions. I am trying hard to get this stuff uploaded to YouTube. I have another one ready to go. I'm going to set that on upload tonight. It takes hours for it to upload. So I'm going to set it to go tonight after our show. Episode 2 of this season. Why are you not a big fan of Machinima? What is it that has given you that negative opinion? Things I have to consider, because attaching my name to Machinima carries with it a level of other people's opinions about Machinima. Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about, the exclusivity. I got the subscribers, and communicating with the guy, the recruiter, it seemed almost like I would be forced, expected to, like sponsored pages on my personal Facebook page, which I won't do. I have to have a little conversation with him, but mostly I'm not really prepared to give up anything that or do things that that I don't really want to. I think that bringing Jawaballs to Machinima should be enough. They don't need me. I don't need them. But if it's a nice little partnership where we're furthering each other, then fine. I'm cool with that. Not to the point where I'm watering down my name. this brush, it has seen better days. It is spent. They seem to want too much control of what their partners produce. I followed a few who have regretted it. Um, yeah, I don't imagine that they, based on what I've read and talking to the guys, they can't exact any control like of what I produce at all. They're not asking for that. I was pretty clear on that. He said that nothing would change about what I produce. I'll just do what I always do. As far as content, that's not a problem. Another person commented that they control the level PG-13, which is what I adhere to anyway. Um, strictly, especially like in the comments, I'm a heavy comment moderator, and I don't let anybody get dirty or filthy. I make sure everyone sticks to the PG-13, so that's not a problem. So I just haven't had a chance. I was away over the weekend. I was out hunting with my dad, my brothers, and my cousins. That was good. I don't ever get to see my old man, so it was nice to go hang out. He's getting on. I also received something that was kind of weird. It looked like a marketing company wanted to offer me $1,000 for the rights to use one of my videos in a commercial. Um, I need to email that person and like get some solid questions answered. It's not unheard of, but Google used the same video in one of their commercials and didn't give me anything though. It's a video of my wife holding my baby for the first time. It's really cute. But hey, I'll take $1,000. I'll have to add that to my list of things to do by tomorrow. Yeah, it's a scam. I mean, it strikes me as scam instantly, but I did just get Google to they got the same thing, and it was legit. And I don't maybe the scam will happen later, and they'll ask for like my more information once I've been selected to be part of it. If it's a scam, it's an incredibly well detailed one, much more so than you usually get from the Nigerian kings. And it's well written and well directed and very specific. You don't normally see that level. You never see that level. They're not at this point. They're not asking for any real information. Just they just want to use the vid, so they say. What do you think? How is it compared to the Raven here? This was more heavily airbrushed with brown. I didn't really do that with this. Are they similar enough to where they look like they're part of the same army? Yeah, I'm going to freehand. Someone asked if I'm going to freehand the emblem. Absolutely. I'm going to do the freehanding like I did on this thing. I'm going to freehand the checkers right here on the sides and on this door and on the top. I actually, yeah, I'm going to start that this week because I lost my ruler, so I had to get a new ruler with which to do this. Here's a ruler I use for this. It's a little 6-inch metal ruler, which is really key here because, first of all, it's got centimeters on the other side, but it's good because it's got the ruler, the inch on both sides, and the ruler starts exactly at the end. So if you're looking for a ruler, I mean, look for something like this. It's small, so it's easy for me to use and measure, but also the number starts exactly at the end. There's no extra space here for the measurements. Someone asked if you can link a slideshow. Yeah, go ahead and link it up, man. Most of the people here are the regulars anyway, and they'll be happy to give more input as well. All right, I think that this is mostly done as far as the shading and the edging. Now I need to do details and make it pop. So I suppose. Well, let me wash my brush. I need to get new brushes. Can't afford them right now. I'm broke. Yeah, this brush is spent. It won't even come clean. These bristles are done. Why? What problem were you having trying to watch the stream, Sylvia Dark Angels? I'm not doing salamanders. Stop it. You're obsessed with salamanders. Someone, his name is Fire Drake. He's like, I would put a salamander head on there. It would look much better than checks. I'm not doing that. Oh, you're watching on your phone? Someone sent me a YouTube link to his Terminators trying to watch. Quick little slideshow. Why, are you looking for some input on those things? I like the background. Let me watch it again. It's short. Yeah, I like the blue flames on the bottom of the Terminators. It's kind of hard to see what the eyes look like though. It looks like you painted them really large. Maybe that's I like that stuff in the background. What's that marine you had in the background? That sculpture. That graveyard statue. Where did that come from? Those bits back there. Just got a pause on that. Looks kind of neat. Where's that come from? That looks nice. Where's that thing? I got my... Where'd you get that marine? Is that like a Forge World thing? Inquisitor. Oh, that's like a larger scale. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that. That looks really nice for decoration. All right, well that's gonna kind of wrap it up for tonight. It's on my time. It's already 7:42, and I have things to do before bedtime for the kid. So thanks for popping in. I really appreciate you guys coming in here every week and watching my show. And we'll see what happens with this machinima. I think that it's probably a good idea for me to join them just to increase my own viewers and increase the monetization of my site on YouTube. But I'm not prepared to really give anything up. So I need to have a good conversation with that guy and see what's going on. Thank you. And yeah, sorry you just got in here. He said he liked the Rhino so far, so that just managed to get in because he couldn't get on from his phone. So that's going to wrap it up for the night. Thank you guys for coming, and I will see you next week.